Hi, I'm Alan Hedblum. Welcome to our show, a place to feel like you belong. I'm here in the studio today with an ambitious woman. A native of Brazil, Michele Clark has not only taken on Michigan winters and American English, she, along with her husband, have started a kind of B&B in São Paulo State and a gift shop in Fennville, Michigan. She's here today to talk about living intercontinentally and about a unique form of jewelry making. Michele, welcome to Feel Like You Belong.
Hi, how are you? It's so a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, great to have you. Great to have you. So, your husband was doing some research in Brazil and fell in love with the country,
Yes.
started learning Portuguese, and then he decided he needed to buy a building and work with someone to help him furnish the building.
Yes.
Tell me about this meeting.
Yes, I was a manager in an antique shop, and he was looking for a table for 20 people, and that is the way we met. So he bought a table, and I came with.
You came along
Yeah.
with the bargain.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
liked
Yeah.
to tell the stories, but yeah, that helps a lot because we can modeling the house and the furniture the way we both like.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk a little bit more about this building, and we'll show our viewers some pictures. This is called a fazenda, which is a kind of large country home, but also part of an old working plantation.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and this was built when?
It's 1885 was the sign there, and we take more 4 years after. It's just 3 walls when he bought it, and we have to like a phoenix project, he'd tell.
Out of the ashes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that take 2 years to put up again.
To renovate, to restore
Yeah.
the building.
So it's 2002 was ready to move inside.
Okay, okay. And this was originally constructed when São Paulo State was full of large coffee plantations.
Yes. When we bought, it's no coffee plantation anymore, so we just put again, like as the part of history we figure out, and we have to do something because it's a coffee place, is no coffee. So we replant a lot of trees.
Okay. So, and who's maintaining the trees?
We have our works there, then used to harvesting June to September, so
Okay.
every year I came in my suitcase, a lot of coffee.
So there are actually coffee beans coming from this plantation?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
fantastic. Okay. So I understand that the fazenda, well,
Neuchâtel.
right, which is originally a French
French
name.
name,
But, if we want to get fancy, we go with French, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's not quite ready for guests, but you've had friends stay there already.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about the charm of this place. I've seen pictures before, but what's special about the place?
Yeah, people say you have a paradise here. So actually it is because the nature is so, the frame, the place. So you have waterfalls and a lot of fruit trees. So I just love, follow the season to pick up the fruit and the trees and be there, just involved with the animals and birds in the morning. All different ones came in your porch. So yeah, it's amazing. Be in nature.
What was the biggest part of the biggest challenge of renovating the building?
It's the river, because you have to cross through the river, and the times the flows, nobody can pass through, even me. So
okay, I saw some pictures. There's no bridge yet.
No, and they don't want to put it because they say it's a private place, so you have to build your own. But my
So
husband,
the county or the government is not going to build a bridge for you.
No, and at some point my husband maybe wasn't doing nothing because he liked to be there, like isolate place. Like if I put a bridge, everybody wants to go there to see what is
Well,
there. It's
but
like a curious,
Tourists would come.
right? In some way.
Right now, you have to take the Land Rover to get
Yes.
through the creek.
Yeah, off-road
Sure,
tours
sure.
works.
Yeah. So, your husband, who is an attorney,
Yes.
and still practicing in Chicago, some remotely from the lakeshore of Michigan, and so, but you have now left your Chicago apartment and are full time on the lakeshore in Michigan,
Yeah.
in Fenville. So he's doing some commuting and telecommuting back to Chicago, but you have now also a small gift shop
Yes.
in Fenville, Michigan. Tell us about this.
Yes, it's a little shack there. There was building for the workers that living there 100 years ago, I think. Is a kind of history about it. And they're always there, and I never figure out like what to do with this. Maybe antique shop, because I like furniture, but the spaces I have, it's so small, so it's not enough. So I was trying to do something like a location I have, because it's a good traffic there.
You're across the
So-
street from a winery.
Winery and yeah, cider, and so I start to raising peacocks, and I have a friend that never get time to finish my errands, and I just
Now, are your peacocks in Brazil or in?
in Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have the feathers, and I want to be some do some errands with, and my friend never get time to finish for me, so I just figure out how to do it and just developing more and more. And what about something about unique stuff, some Brazilian thing, because I have to use my own gifts, you know, like you have to make a difference. And
But you weren't trained in jewelry making. This is actually a skill that you developed on your own.
yes, it's like, oh, maybe I can do this, let's try it. So I figure out, and when you start, you cannot stop, because you want to, you know, more and more. So yeah, just open the store with a little pieces, and my brother said it's something with a golden grass is just coming, because they have a soap opera that's kind of make the propaganda from that place. So it's about 7 years ago, came in the market.
So, for our viewers who have never heard of golden grass before, can you educate
Yeah,
us?
it's a kind of grass that grows in northeastern Brazil, and they say it's the only place you can find that.
On the planet.
On a planet, yeah.
Okay.
So it's there. It's a kind of community that learn with the first quilombolas, is the first blacks and the Indians
Okay.
there. So they just pass on, and
This special skill of making things with this.
the grass.
Yeah. And we'll show some pictures of it, but it's a very fine kind of grass
Yes, it is.
and very durable.
Durable, 400 years, they say. Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. And it has this amazing golden glow to it.
Yeah, people do not believe. So you dye? I said, no, it's not. It's just natural color.
And you
Yeah.
brought a sample of some weaving with you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
can we see the hat?
Sure. I have a hat that was making from Dona Belô. Yeah, she was learning me, because I was there my last travel to meet.
Yeah. And it's really amazing. I mean, it feels really heavy. I mean, you think, like, is there gold thread in here? But this is just
Yeah.
the golden grass, and then
the
the
grass.
thread that's holding it together comes from one of the local palm trees.
Buriti palm tree.
Okay, okay. So 100%
Yeah.
natural,
100% natural.
and this feels like this could last forever. I mean, it just feels really durable. So
Yeah.
now you're importing this
Yes, to my shop, yeah.
to your shop in Fenville.
In Fernville. I used to buy some pieces, and I put together with my own design. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you also have jewelry.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the earrings that you're wearing today, the
The
necklace.
earrings and the necklace is so special. It's the only man in that community that make the jewelry.
Okay.
This was made.
Yeah. No, it's really it's gorgeous. And you tried to learn to make it?
I try it. Yeah, I was there in my last travel, and I meet the community and the people there. It's amazing experience. Just I learn a lot. I'm trying, but you know, I have to practice.
Well, they have a few decades more experience than you,
Right.
so you need to
yeah.
catch up. Sure.
But it was good to
Sure.
see how
Yeah.
they make and.
Yeah. Well, we'll be sure to share your website with our viewers so that
Sure.
they can find you if they're traveling in West Michigan and seek out
Yeah.
this very unique product. I'd like to switch a little bit now. We were when we were
Okay.
chatting earlier, we were talking about, we're all born someplace, but we often in traveling around discover, like your husband, he loves Brazil, right?
Yeah.
You have also discovered, despite our really severe winters, that there are really great things about the United
Yeah.
States. So what are some things that you've discovered that you like?
I discovered I learned about respect to the space from the others, you
For example?
know. Like when I came here, I was so surprised the houses don't have walls and people can, you know, just stay in your own place. You don't have to put your, mark your space or
Sure.
something like
Yeah, and in Sao
that.
Paulo, houses usually have fairly high
Yeah,
walls
they call
surrounding each
concrete jungle. Yeah, it's
yeah,
São Paulo.
each property. So,
Yeah.
marking, this my property
Yeah, you
goes
cannot
until,
go through.
yeah.
Yeah, this is hard. So I just like the way you trust people here. Like I started the first story that I really can remember, and we've been at a flowers place to buy a flower, and they have all flowers there. Nobody is working there, just a box. So you pick your flowers and you pay and you take your own change. So how that works, how people can trust in that way, you know? So this so touched me, like, yeah, I can belong this because I want this, you know? Yeah, so good.
Yeah. What else were you, when we were talking, you were mentioning some other things about what works in the United States.
Oh, and the customer is always right, because in Brazil, when you go in some store, you have to replace something that broke. Oh gosh, it's a lot of step by step by step. You have to, here you just go there and they replace for you. They don't ask nothing. You don't have to carry on your ticket,
If you forgot your receipt, they'll
Yeah,
check
your
your credit
receipt.
card.
No, they just replace for you. This is so practical. Yeah, I just love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were also talking about traffic.
Oh, yeah, the traffic. Yeah, here works, it's so large. And I mean, in Brazil, you have 3 hours to get to work and 3 hours to back home. So that is it's a waste of time, And here I think the pavements and streets, it's always good. I mean, yeah, you feel the difference. Brazilians don't have a lot of sense of directions or the kind of stuff like go north, go south.
Okay.
But works, yeah, I like.
You were saying earlier too that sometimes people use the traffic as an excuse to be late.
Yeah, you have to stop in a stop sign here. Brazil just an option. If you don't see anybody, you can go, rolling. But yeah,
Stop sign is just a suggestion.
just suggestion. No, here you have to. This is good, because people following the rules and everybody's safe.
Yeah,
I
we're a
like
big
that.
rule-following country. So,
Yeah,
okay.
this is good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
So you can't use o jeito brasileiro.
Jeitinho brasileiro. No,
It's a flexibility. You know?
No.
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up in just a minute, but when we talk about adapting to new places, there are things that just feel right and feel good, but there was maybe some struggles for you early on. What were some of those?
Yes, my struggle was with the language,
Okay.
because people say, oh, you don't have to be perfect, but actually I like to be close to the perfect, and I want people make fun of me. So yes, I kind of struggling with the language and friends, because in Brazil, it's everything's around people, around, it's so close each other. So when I get here, it's like a country city. It's no neighbors. It's nothing. So I start to volunteer at school with my son. So maybe the way to get friends, that works good. So I volunteer there and I get friends, and that changed my way to think too, because we're so connected with your past. So why not rebuilding your history and making new connections, and new friends? I just love it.
And how long
Yeah.
have you been in the U.S. now?
12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's starting to feel like home.
Yes, I feel I belong.
Awesome. Awesome.
Sure.
Michele, it's been so pleasant having you here on the show today.
Sure.
Thank you
Pleasure
for coming
was
by.
Mine
Okay, awesome.
to share.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for our viewers, please stay tuned because we'll be coming back in just a moment with some tips on American English, American culture, and a little American humor. In the city, I frequently drive by a tavern called the Elbow Room. It always makes me smile thinking about the meaning. You see, in English, elbow room is a place to spread out and be comfortable. Maybe even a place to put your elbows up on the bar. It becomes even funnier when I remember the expression to bend a few elbows, which means to have a few drinks. In addition to these two expressions, there are a half dozen others that include the word elbow. How many of these do you already know? Elbow grease, to elbow in. Elbow macaroni, tennis elbow, to rub elbows with. Sharp elbows. To check yourself, visit our What's Up page to see the definitions of these expressions and read example sentences of each one. In researching this story, I discovered there are dozens of elbow room bars, taverns, and lounges across the United States. Clearly, this clever name has inspired more than just the owners of our local watering hole. The welcoming message for patrons across the country: there's room for you here. Cheers.